And remember, you can stay interactive with us on our Facebook page. It's News on TV3. We begin with politics this afternoon. An embattled former Bawku Central MP, Adamu Dramani Sakande, says he is considering a possible presidential ambition. Adamu, who was giving a presidential pardon, spoke in an exclusive interview with Komla Kluche.
In June 2012, the Accra Fast Track Court handed a 2-year jail sentence to embattled Bawku Central MP Adamu Dramani Sakande. False declaration, perjury, and deceit of a public officer. President John Mahama later, somewhere in November 2012, granted him a presidential pardon. You were incarcerated for perjury, deceit of a public officer, and declaration of false document. Do you still have a political ambition?
Thank you very much. And I would wish to state here very clearly that even though I do agree, I do accept whatever sentence Charles Quist made. I think he was wrong, and you can't deceive a public officer without knowing. I mean, you can't perjure yourself through your legal advisor, and I think the whole thing just smacks of something else. But
which position in the MPP are you interested in?
Oh, I'd like to be president of Ghana.
You would want to be the president of Ghana?
Well, yes.
That's a huge ambition, but you have issues regarding your citizenship. The courts have declared that you hold dual citizenship, and you were unable to show clearly that you have denounced one of them. That is your British citizenship.
Well, that's too bad. Right now, I have applied to go to Britain as a visitor. Would you believe it? The decision is, I've not received a decision yet. But the ambition of any young Ghanaian boy or girl is to be president of his nation. For me, I think it's a privilege, and it's an ambition. That's each one of, and it's rightly so, particularly as a northern Ghanaian, a northerner. I am very much what makes Bawku. My grandfathers were those who established Bawku, that town called Bawku that everybody wants is established by my grandfathers. Okay.
I'm curious about you becoming the president of the Republic of Ghana. Now, you mean to say that you're going to stand on the ticket of your party? Very soon your party will be going to Congress. Are you in any way hinting that you're going to be standing as a presidential aspirant?
I didn't say that. I had nothing. What I meant was my ambition. I mean, it's a dream. I mean, anybody's allowed to dream. And I think that every young guy growing up, 16 years old, wants to be president of Ghana. I think that the prisons, like the penal system, needs a lot of reforms. In fact, the prison officers and their men.
My colleague Komla Kluche there in an exclusive interview with embattled former Bawku Central MP Adamu Dramani Sakande, who says he is considering a possible presidential ambition. We're still staying with Mr. Dramani Sakande, and this time round he has alleged prison officers guarding him at the cardiothoracic unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital attempted to assassinate him while on his hospital bed. Adamu Dramani says he is yet to make a formal complaint but wants immediate reforms in the penal system.
I was in Kolebu, 4 guards every shift and yet somebody was able to get through. And I think that's going to subject. I'm going to make a report about this gentleman called himself. He came and introduced himself as a director of operations with the prisons. He came with people in Mufti, and they came to strangle me in Kolibu.
When was this?
I think that was the first day.
They strangled you, and where were the officers?
He was a senior officer of prisons. The senior prisons officers. And I'm yet to make a complaint.
Why are you now yet to make a formal complaint? From November last year, you were granted the pardon. You came out of hospital for some time now. Why are you now talking about it?
How? My complaint, punished or whatever, I want that such issues be resolved so that it never ever happens to anybody again. You see, I don't want revenge. I don't seek anybody being hurt or losing his job. No, I just want the right thing to be done.
You think that somebody was after your life?
Well, I would say so, because I remember on that day he was communicating with, I remember he came and gave me the radio when he came with the shackles. He wanted to use on me with some two macho men, very muscular, two guys, very muscular, huge guys. Well, they're Mufti. And it's sad. I would not say much about that particular incident, but I was happy that on the day the president asked, when he came, and the presidential, unconditional presidential pardon was granted, he had to come, and he was shivering like a leaf.
When are you going to make a formal complaint on this issue?
I have been able to deal with it in my own way, and I don't think that.
Deal with it. What did you do about it?
It was a personal struggle for me. You don't get, it's a personal struggle. Somebody comes and it's kind of attempts to murder you in a battle team. I mean, it's such a heavyweight murder. I don't know.
Right, so we've just listened to Mr. Adamu Dramani, former Bawku MP, make these allegations against the Ghana Prison Service, and getting quick reactions on that particular allegation in the studios this afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sure you had the opportunity to listen to him verbatim, and so we want to ask you, are you aware of these allegations? What would you react to?
Thanks once again for having me. The core mandate of the Ghana Prison Service is the safe custody, welfare, rehabilitation, and reformation of inmates. Any prisoner who is out of the prison, whether on external labor, to the courts or to the hospital, these still bound on you. The mandate of the prison is to keep you safe from outside attack and even from within. So wherever you find yourself, we still have to ensure that you are very safe. So if Mr. Adamu Dramani was in the hospital, it was there still to have his safety that we provided those things he's talking about.
So it means you're aware of the allegations he's making?
I'm hearing that for the first time.
This is the first time you're hearing,
yes.
You're hearing it. So it never came to your notice
Not
that
at all.
He was strangled at the hospital?
What we know is Mr. Adamu Dramani refused to be restrained.